I'm struggling getting on again tonight, you guys, but I'm going to say everything's okay. I'm here. I guess I'm all right. Everything kind of looks okay. Excuse me. I'm not exactly sure what I needed another plug. That was part of my problem. So I unplugged my internet like booster thing and then it dropped everything and I had to log back on. But oh, you guys are getting on. Wow, look, you're getting on fast. Thanks. So Tony's on, Vesta's on, Debbie's on, Christy's on. Okay, great. See me, hear me. Yay. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for hopping on so quick and sharing my video. And oops, I missed a light. Oh, missed another light. Okay, now we'll see. So, welcome to my video tonight. I'm Jill Blanchett with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm going to show you I got a lot of it done already because I want to show you two cards and they're both a little bit more out there. So I just kind of want to make sure that you see the backgrounds and how I did the background. But you'll still see, I'll still show you and explain it all. I just want to do that, show you the background stuff. So, oh, mom's on too. Hey, mom. So I don't think I got anything to show you. Got a little energy back. Feels great. Mike's getting better. He got sick. And just still a little congested and stuff, but feeling 100% better than I have been. And now just to tackle what I've got going on down here, I still haven't unpacked from my Christmas card buffet all the way, and now I'm moving on to new things. But for now, I'm good. And we're just gonna keep rolling with it. So hopefully, I will be on next week on Christmas because that'll be the start of the next year's worth of Christmas cards for my 25th of the month cards. So I hope you can join me. Maybe you'll be ready for a little downtime by then. Oh, I should have brought over my cards to show you. Hang on, I'll show you my cards for the December class. I hate to run. I don't dare run. I'm going to trip and fall, and then you guys will just be out there hanging out there. So here's the cards that I got for my December class. I reused this one from my Christmas buffet because I had them already cut and ready to go. So these are my Christmas, or not my Christmas, my December cards that we're going to make on January 4th in the morning, Saturday morning. We will put these together on a Zoom, or if you don't want to do the Zoom, you can just make the cards up ahead of time, whenever you've got time. But that's it. I'm going to get ready to go. I'm talking 100 miles an hour. You guys, one thing, you are not going to believe this, and if only I could show you. I've been so hot down here today, probably because Mike and I had to do some errands, and when I got home, I came right down and started knocking out my ideas here. And then, as the clock ticks down and life gets good, it's getting closer and closer. I was sweating, just sweating bullets. I got a sweatshirt on. But you guys, I don't even know if I can get it up here. I can't lift my leg high enough. You can only get look. Oh, see my leg? I got shorts on. Whew. It was hard to do. I got shorts on down here today. And the heater for the cat isn't even that hot. She's laying right up next against it, so it can't be that hot. Anyway, I'm hot. I've been on the go. Oh, Reedy's on Love the Glasses. These are my green glasses for you. Dad picked these out. So let's see. Let me focus here for a second. We're gonna turn our camera down. Spotlight for everyone. And so let's get going. I've got I asked my creative directors which cards should I make. I wasn't going to make them both. Mike liked this first one. Reedy couldn't decide, so I'm just going to kind of show them both to you. So here's the first one that we're going to do. All right. I got this idea from, her site is paper, scissors, ink. And I closed the thing, something like that. Paper, scissors, paper, ink, .com. I got the idea from her. She made a Halloween card like this. So I'm gonna sit this card over here. And like I said, I've got some of it done already. So I'll show you real quick. I used the one-of-a-kind dies. I used the snowflake for both cards for right here underneath my hot cocoa. And I used the More Than Autumn dies. I used the words. And I was really disappointed that they didn't have the word peppermint. They've got, you know, spice and season and a couple other things. But I was kind of sad that they didn't have the word peppermint. I did not use the one-of-a-kind stamps, but I thought about it because I thought this could make some good steam, especially if you use the Latte Love, which I think has steam in it already. But this also kind of looks a little coffee-ish. Hey, Linda. This looks a little bit like coffee, so I thought if we use the coffee cup, for one, you could use, that would be more for steam. So I had that one. And then I used mostly the words and stuff all came out of the More Than Autumn stamp set. So let me move that over. I guess I'll move it over here to the right. So let me show you. I'll try and slow down. I've been swigging iced tea this afternoon too, so might be a little more wound up than normal. Okay, so I've got a 4¼ by 11 piece of crumb cake. I gotta be careful. Sorry if the phone jiggles. I've been fighting with my battery on it today to charge it. So I got it plugged in with rapid charger. So hopefully it'll stay going for me. We're going to add down a piece of basic beige that I've cut to 5¼ by 4. And we're just going to glue that onto the front. Pin up there. And I did emboss that with the folder Dashing Designs 3D embossing folder. But you can use any embossing folder that you have. When I try and make my designs, I do try and not have them be too specific to needing things. So if you have any of the coffee sets or the mugs or the you know, the takeout cup sets that we have, that they would work for this. I know sometimes we find it hard to buy a new set when we have something already that might work. So I'm right there with you guys. All right, so I got that down next. My front piece is an inch smaller, so it's 3¼ this way by 4½ this way. Then let me get out my paper. I'll rip that one off and start with a fresh piece. A sort of fresh piece. All right. So I have a blending brush. I have early espresso and pecan pie on the basic beige paper. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Kay. And then I'm going to start, I've got one brush. And so I'm going to start with my lightest color, my pecan pie, and then I'll move over. And these are not really going to matter too much which color I'm not changing up all that much between colors, so it's not really gonna wreck the brush too much or not wreck the brush, but muddy up the ink and stuff. All right, so I got a little bit of the pecan on the top. Now we're gonna go over to the early espresso, which looks really kind of blackish color to me. I was really not really sure what color I was getting out of that, but maybe up against the beige paper and the pecan pie, I'm getting a little bit of a lighter color. So I'm just going to go ahead and swirl that around. And I'm going to go all over. Kind of want to just swirl all my colors together. Very manly looking, kind of a suede leather look, but. All right, so we're going to stop right there. We could go do this. Just get it however dark you want to do it, like that. I'm going to set these aside because I don't think I need them again. At least not right now. Okay, then to make our background, we're going to take our water painter, and then I'm just going to give it a little squeeze, and then I'm just going to flick the water on it. I probably want to flick this way. I got better control of my. And you just want to flick it all over, and I'm getting big drops all over, and you want to get a bunch of little drops too. Okay, so I'm just going to stop right there. And then we're going to hit it with our heat tool to help dry that up. That's pretty wet, so it might take a minute. I might have to dry it off on my shorts because I don't want it to spread around too much. Let me get my handy dandy little. Well, maybe I didn't want to do that so much. I guess they're all kind of drying like that, aren't they? So see if I can ignite the paper underneath. And then I came back because I didn't want them that light. I came back with my brush, and I'm just trying to use up what's in the brush and kind of color those back a little bit more. Because like I said, I didn't want them that light. And then I have one of these old time stipple brushes. Hey, Patty. And I used my early espresso ink. Let me get that water off back there. And then I'm just gonna like swoosh that through it. And then I'm just gonna smash it down on my paper. Now, if you like to flick, the gal, I knew I was going to forget it because I kept telling myself rock, paper, scissors, and that's not the name of her .com. That is just what keeps popping in my head. Ink, paper, scissors, whatever. Anyway, she used her marker, and I'm weird like that, and I don't want to flick off my markers because we can't buy just one marker anymore. So I don't like to possibly ruin my markers because I don't want to have to buy the whole color family. So I used my stipple brush, and then obviously you could see I just smashed it around on there. Now we might want a few more little dots on there. I'm just going to leave it, but you might want a few more dots on yours than that. But then I'm going to go ahead. Let me move my paper out of the way for now. And I'm going to glue this on. Patty does not have the about all more than autumn stamp set. Well, you could borrow mine if you want to make a card. All right. Let's see if my glue's dried up. And then, you know, this is going to look totally different if you used white. It's going to have a different look to it just because it's the white paper. And I'm going to put the lighter up to the top. And then I'm just going to glue it down. So you'll also want to make sure that you put a little more glue on it because the background here, oops, I'm crooked. And Mike will tell me that. He likes to let me know that I'm crooked after the fact. Well, I don't show him the cards till after the fact. So he's like, you know, that's crooked. I'm like, I'll show you crooked, buddy. Well, there we go. I'm going to glue that in place. I'm going to hold it down. And like I started to say, the nubbins on this, you kind of need more glue so that you make sure that you get enough to get to the nubbins that are sticking up. All right. All right. I think that should be glued down there now. So I've gone ahead already and I stamped a cup and I colored it with some markers. Then I'm just going to show you this real quick. I took the cup and my black ink, and I've got this, what do we call this paper? The Good Times, something like that. Paper pack. It was all textures and stuff. Let's see, probably a couple years ago now, but I bought a ton of it and it was a huge pack of paper too. It was like 48 sheets or something. Something about good times, I'm pretty sure was the name of it. And like I said, it was all textures and wood grains and stuff, so tiles. So I grabbed this piece out of it. I thought that would look kind of like a sweater, cozy looking cup warmer thing piece. So I stamped that down on the designer series paper, and then I just cut out the piece that I needed. So this like cup cozy there. And then I took my blender and I just tried to tone that white down a little bit. Then I stamped the whipped cream on plain white with the black. And then I dotted some sprinkles on there with one of my blends that I used to color it. And I wanted it to be some nice, rich, yummy looking cocoa. So I used the skin tones to get some darker browns. And then I'm just going to glue the whipped cream right onto the top. I was going to put a straw in it, but very rarely do I find any weirdo besides me that drinks well, my mom does now, but you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the daughter, I guess. I don't find that many people that drink hot liquids with a straw, so I left the straw out of our hot cocoa. Then I cut with that one of a kind. I cut a couple snowflakes out to give our like some background to the paper, to the design. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on pieces, and then I'll stick my cocoa on there so that it sticks down to that glue. And I flipped it over, and my typical frustration, I stuck them up there. I put some dimensionals on it, and I like to overlap the dimensional when I have things like this behind there and help make sure that they're not going to fall off. So I stick a dimensional on them. Just like I said, to help keep it, whatever's going on that might not have a lot of adhesive on it, keep it stuck there. Okay, so now there's our main embellishment piece. And I'm just going to stick that right up in, I'll stick it amongst all those like dots. Okay. Then I have the Essentials Baker's Twine and some random gold. And this could be the gold that's in the mini catalog, but I'm not sure. It could have come in a paper pumpkin. So I'm just going to tie a bow. Try and tie them together here. Yeah, sorry, Patty, your snow all melted, didn't it? Didn't really break my heart, but I know it did yours. Okay. Then we're going to cut off our tails. And it does go every which way. So I don't know if it's you might want to try and like zip it with your bone folder first kind of thing to give it a little see if the like your curling ribbon at Christmas or birthday presents, if you zip it, it whizzes up. So I'm thinking if we like zip it backwards, it might help take the curl out from the cardboard. Maybe if you wet it a little bit, or well, I'll show you what I did for my other one. So where's my little dots? I took these little dots. And stuck them on there in spots that I could try and smooth it down. We'll see if it worked. So then we're just going to stick our ribbon on there. And so if this happened to be for a man you were going to give it to, you might not want the ribbon, but then what did I do? Oh, I cut out hot cocoa. Oh, pooey, that's what I did on this other card. I put this on first, so I knew how low I could go. So we're going to have to strategically place that on there. So just if you have the adhesive like sheets, by all means put that on the back of this, and it's very good for just peeling and sticking, and then you don't get this glue mess. My glue gives me a little more I'm going to call it leeway for the green. It's not the green glue, so when I put it on, it's not going to make it sticky where you see the white showing through. It's not going to make it sticky, and I could get it on my fingers because it's not going to make my fingers sticky. So we got that. Then I stamped "Love You More Than" 2 times from the kit or the stamp set. And then I'm just going to randomly cut it. I don't care if it's even, if it's straight. I just want to get it on there. All right, I lie. It does bother me if it's not, like if it's really, really bad crooked, but for the most part, I am good with it being free flowing. I'm going to put that. And then the reason that I stamped it twice was because there's not a lot of space between the words. And so doing it twice gives me that little bit of extra space, which I just cut off there. So I'm going to do our piece of dimensional. Love You More Than Hot Cocoa. And then on the inside piece, I stamped another cup. Where'd it go? Oh, this is one I'm just making. Where's my cup? I'll just show you real quick. I stamped another cup down here. I should have brought my my little Copic marker, and I didn't. And then I'm going to come in. I got the ivory, and I'm going to color the. Whoa, that's really dark. The sample wasn't that dark. So we're just going to basically, we've drank it all. So I'm basically just going to make some like marks. Maybe there's a little residue on the cup kind of thing. In my and that's not really exactly what I wanted it to look like, but you get it. And I'll come back through with my ivory and see if I can blend that out so that, and I need to be a little more careful than I am because I'm going outside the lines. But I wanted it to look all kind of finished up type of thing. I'll show you my one here. I think, at least when I did it, it might have dried differently, but see how it kind of, um, I blended it out with the, maybe I used the, that's why this one's in here, my color lifter. And then I was hoping that would give it a little bit more look like it, you know, it was just coating the glass. It's not really got anything in it, but my ivory on this one came out really dark compared to the other one, but that's what we got. So it's empty now. We're going to stick it in the cup. We're going to glue it down. Hey, Sharon. Nice to see all you girls on. Retro ideas for September. Got to start now. And then I wonder why I can't sleep very well at night sometimes because my mind is going on 200 different things. Because, yes, I'm thinking about something I'm doing in September already. All right. So there's our first one. Love You More Than Hot Cocoa. And then the second one that I decided to try was You Had Me at Peppermint. And so this is the same concept, yet different. So let me, this one I've got a real red 4 1/4 by 11 score, fold at 5 1/2. I used the swirly, the giant folder that we have with that does swirls. It's I'm trying to think if it's, I think it's in the online exclusives, and I can't remember what it goes to. Not the not the Winterly Treetops. That was the birch. I'm not exactly sure which one it went with, but it is 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to glue that one down. We're going to call that good. All right, then again, I have a 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece of white this time. And let me pull in my paper again. I've got Pretty in Pink and Real Red. So I'm going to start with Pretty in Pink on my blender brush. And we'll just start to cover it. I don't know what Peter Max-ish is. Sharon, you talking about something retro? More snow? Yeah, I got more snow, Patty, and I'm gonna go on the bottom with the real red. And bring that up. Kind of bring that into the pink. Kind of want more pink. Make sure you kind of get it covered. All right. Now for now we're done with those. Came back in my bottle. Now this one I did the same thing. Let's get our, oh, I do want more red because the it's not very defining of the red. Not very dark. I want it to look a little darker. There. All right. So now we're going to take our water painter again, and I'm going to give it a squeeze to get the water flowing. Then I'm just going to flick it onto the paper. And I want a lot. This is kind of turning out how I wanted the other one. I wanted more little bits. I wanted to really fill it up with little bits. Maybe, and then we're going to hit it with our heat tool again. Remove that. Now this, it does stay wet. Probably you need to maybe move on to something else and then come back to this because didn't really, not really drying up the paper all the way, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. We'll keep moving on with it. But I did notice on the, oh, this one's pretty dry except for that splotch. So if you end up with lots of little tiny ones, it's not going to be as wet. So then I've got my paper back in here. I've got the bleed proof white, Doc Martens, Dr. PH Martens bleed proof white. Oh, Sharon didn't know that. All right. For anybody that doesn't know, this is like a super thick, like acrylic paint, I'll call it. And you just can add water to it. You can scoop some out and mix it with water. Or I just put some water. You can maybe see in there. Can you see it? Like rolling around in there. I just put some water in there and then it's going to dry up, but you just add water again and it's back to normal. So I'm going to just get some on my paintbrush and then I'm going to flick it and I'm not the best flicker. See, I'm not even flicking, but when I get off the video, it's going to be everywhere except for on my project. And as you can see, I don't really care normally if I get dirty. I don't worry about my fingers and my ink on me. Oh, did I not zoom? All right, so I'm gonna stop there just because, as little or as much as you want. Now, this does take a second to dry. You can, but it just, see, look, it just, uh-oh, where'd my computer go? All right, my computer died. So that's normal, even though I did have 100% battery. Let me plug it in. I'm pretty sure that it keeps going from past experiences with this. It kept on going. That's the wrong cord. Let me find it. Must be I'm taking longer than normal with this video. So give me a hot second just to plug my computer in. It's not going to help for very long because it's not a rapid charger. Speaking of rapid charger, how about I unplug my phone and use that on my computer because it is a rapid charger. All right, so we'll just let that go, but I'm going to assume, as with other videos, it's still going. I'm gonna hit that now with the heat just to dry it up a little bit. It does dry fairly quickly. but where I have some of the bigger blobs, like here, it'll take a little bit more to dry. So we're gonna call that good. We're gonna glue this to the front. Again, use a lot of glue because it has those swirly gigs that it has to connect to. We're going to glue that down to the front. Like so. Oh, those are nice and crispy. And it did have a little bit of a curl in it, so it's going to need a second to dry. Try and get it flat. Okay, so then we're just kind of going to do the same thing with this guy. So I've got 2 white snowflakes and where's my nose is right now. We're going to bring our cup. You know what? On this one, I can add the whipped cream right to the top of this cup. Oh, we want it to hang off just a smidge. There we go. Oh, I need the cup back. We got to get our little jacket, and this is that same paper pack. Let me cut that out. Oh, and I forgot to cut it out when I put that other card on the inside. I didn't put the little jacket on it. You want to put that on the inside if you make the cup on the inside like I did. Be sure to cut out another one of these hot sleeves or Java jacket or whatever they call them. All right, so then we're going to take those markers again. And I've got 300, 200, and the bronze. So I'm just going to color some of that in. Oh, this one's darker than the last one. Oh, because that was a bronze. Darn it. All right. It's the latest one that I brought. Oh, that's the cover, the cup thingy. I don't even need to color that. So, yay. This is the 200. Looks like it's darker, so we're just coloring all willy-nilly because I'm trying to hurry with the. Definitely got to get my computer in to get it looked at. It just before I was on, when I was making sure I had enough battery, it said my battery needs to be serviced. So, all right. So we've colored in our whatever it's called, our hot cocoa stuff again. We're gonna put our little sleeve on it. And I got a pink piece just to kind of coordinate with the pink in the rest. Then I've got a red Stampin' Right marker. And I'm just gonna go put dots all over my whipped cream. There is a sprinkles stamp. And then we'll cut it out quickly. Should have done this one ahead of time. Thought that I would be faster with that first one. And then I could show you a little bit more of the steps on this one, but didn't go as planned. But that's what happens. You gotta always have a plan backup, right? Plan B today is just keep on going and hope that it's going. My husband's not hollering at me. Nobody's trying to call me, text me, so must be we're still going. I just can't see any comments or anything. All right, so now we've got our cocoa here. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on them to glue the snowflake to the back of it. And I think I told you guys last week when I used this, that when I was trying to get the snowflakes out of the die, it comes out kind of hard sometimes. I highly recommend you use some wax paper or some vellum or something in there that can help them eject better from the die. But see, I got that one right there. I don't think I can move it. It ripped when I had to poke it out. It ripped. So we'll go like that. That'll get everything in there that I just messed up. So now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of that guy. And we'll stick him on. We'll just do 3 on this one. Speed it up a little bit. I'm going to hang it off a little bit. That. Then I have just a scrap piece of white. And in this set is a little baby candy cane that I'm going to stamp in red. Oh, tooey. Let me just flip it over. I think I only need 3. And I didn't judge my paper very well. So I only need 3. And then I have my, I have a pretty in pink marker. And I'm just going to kind of color the candy canes, you know, every other. So then I have a 3/4 inch punch. Maybe I lost you guys because what says Zoom is not open. So I don't know. Still going. I'll just keep on going. Okay, so I got 3 little candy canes. Then I'm going to take them, just kind of muddy them up a little bit and run them through my ink pad. Kind of, if I did get a little on my finger, I kind of want to muddy it up a little bit if you can, just to kind of keep some of the whiteness down. And now when I want to make it muddy, it's not muddying for me. We're just gonna put that little guy on there like that. Then I have the white, and I'm using the You Had Me at Peppermint. So You Had Me, we're going to use black. I'm going to question the black choice, but You Had Me at, then I took the peppermint word here. And I'm going to put it in pink. And then I'm going to try and just dab it around and pick up some red on it. Here and there. And see what we get. I don't think I got enough through the middle, but I was trying to, candy cane it. And what else I thought of, as long as I don't know if I'm live or not, I'm going to just do something that I had thought about. And we'll see what we get. I thought if we start with the right-hand side and we can just kind of pink and then some red and then some pink and then some red. See what it looks like. Probably not. Okay. I was a little more cautious with how the first part went. I kind of like that one better. So I am going to use that one. Then we're just going to cut it out. But on mine, I fussy cut around it. I think this time I'm going to try and maybe be a little more precise. Let's cut You Had Me at out. Let me get my handy dandy little scissor storage out and see if I can cut just a little smidge off the bottom of that. All right, so we're going to leave that like that. And then I am going to save you some time. And I'm just going to cut that out like so. Let's see if we got peppermint. Let's put it all on the. I'm not very good at eyeballing when you get something crooked, like I stamped it crooked. So we're going to call this good though. All right, so we got peppermint. And you know what? I might just leave it like that. I wonder if I should. I'm going to leave it like that instead of mounting that on red. I think now that I have it cut out bigger, it's showing its beauty there. So let me pop these up. So we're going to put that up in the corner. And then we've cut these little guys out. So I'm just this guy's going to get glued flat up here in the top corner. This guy's going to go flat up here under. kind of up next to the cup. And then this one, I'm going to pop this up. Right here. I guess we're just I'm going to glue that flat down there. All right, then I have the elusive peppermint candy sprinkle gem things. And I'm just going to put some of those around in here. I'm going to do like one of each size. There. And maybe I'll do one there. Should I do a big one off? Probably not. We'll stick it over there. All right, guys. So there is my second version. And again, I got a white for the inside that you can stamp something on, stamp another cup on it like I did on the first one. You can put a cup on the inside again. I need a little jacket thing for that one, but there we go. There's our 2 cards for tonight using the one of a kind and the more than autumn stamp sets. Okay, I'm not exactly sure if I can go back to myself or not. So I'm going to tell you that I will see you on Wednesday, on Christmas Day. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much. And have a great night. I'm going to try and sign off now. See what's got the